Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Ask the Mayor. On today's episode, we're going to talk about a topic that affects all of us, speeding. We all know the frustrations of modern life and juggling busy schedules, but speed limits are put in place for a reason. Speeding endangers not only the life of the speeder, but all of the people on the road around them. The Fredericksburg Police Department recently launched a traffic safety initiative to target areas in the city where distracted driving and speeding have become a public safety concern. They are heavily enforcing speeding, reckless driving, disregard of stop signs, and failure to obey red lights. Today, I have Officer Nick Wagner here with me. He is one of two officers who make up the traffic unit. Their focus, while on patrol, is to increase drivers' compliance with traffic laws by maintaining a high-profile presence on the roadways and through enforcement, as well as education. They are trained in advanced crash reconstruction and scene mapping. Officer Wagner, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Been with the Fredericksburg Police Department for 11 years now. Done patrol. I've worked day shift, evening shift, midnight shift, and then about a year and a half ago went over to the traffic unit.
Thank you. We're glad to have you. What made you interested in becoming a member of the traffic unit?
I've always been a big proponent of enforcing the traffic laws, writing summonses when appropriate, and accidents have always intrigued me from the standpoint of how they happen, the causes of them, and different factors that go into automobile crashes.
And now you're trying to avoid them.
Yes.
So what are the responsibilities of the traffic unit?
Educating the public on the traffic laws, enforcing traffic laws when it comes to speeding, reckless driving, red light, stop signs, use of cell phones, and then just educating the public on how speeding affects accidents and how it causes accidents and the different factors that go into accidents, along with helping the public out in neighborhoods throughout the city. If they have speeding complaints, they can send in a traffic complaint form into the police department via email or call it in, and we will then in turn go out and do traffic enforcement in that area. We can use different tools that we have within the police department, whether it's radar trailers, stealth radar, and do vehicle counts, speed counts, and then use the radar trailer out there as a deterrent too in the neighborhoods to make the public realize that we are enforcing it inside the neighborhoods as well.
Excellent. So a citizen who is concerned about what they're seeing happen in their neighborhood or about a specific area can contact you and request that.
Yes.
That's good to know. That's very good to know. I am really glad to hear about your initiatives that you are instituting in certain areas of the city. Could you tell us more about that?
So what we're doing is certain weeks we will target areas that are known to us throughout, I guess you could say, history of being in the police department, areas that I know and the department knows as high speed areas and high traffic enforcement areas, such as examples would be Calhoun Boulevard, Jeff Davis Highway, Plank Road, not just the major highways, but also the downtown area, Caroline Street, Princess Anne Street, William Street, Hanover Street. Some of the areas where we get a lot of complaints when it comes to speeding, stop signs, red lights, and stuff. And we're just getting out there and just letting the public know that we are out there heavily enforcing it. And summonses will be issued when appropriate.
I know it's early in the process, but do you think you're seeing results?
Yes, I have seen results on some of the roadways. Areas where I've seen higher speeds are now lower since we started doing it. Calhoun Boulevard is the main example. I have seen speeds drop a little bit on Calhoun Boulevard, but just because the speeds are slowing down doesn't mean we're going to quit doing what we're doing either. We're going to be out there and we're going to enforce it.
Oh, there's always going to be somebody who needs to be informed, I'm sure. How long have you been doing this?
We started the initiative program right around the beginning of summer. Right now we're going to be doing it through the summer, and then I'm going to go back through, look at the results with the other traffic unit, Officer Tiernan, go back through, look, and but even just because we may not be doing it on a consistent basis like we have been during the summer, we're still going to be out there every day that we're working. We're still going to be out there targeting the different areas, just certain areas each day that we work, and just heavily target those areas along with the neighborhoods. And now that school's back in place, the school zones as well. We've been doing the school zone on Cowan Boulevard last week and this week, and there's been plenty of summonses issued for speeds going through the school zone as well.
Excellent. Excellent. So what should a driver do? I'm driving down the street. Maybe I'm headed toward Cowan in the school zone, and I see this car that I think is weaving or driving much too fast. What should I do?
By all means, call the Fredericksburg Police Department. If one of us is working, they will give the call to one of us. If we're working, we'll go out there, we'll try to find the vehicle, and if they are speeding through the school zone, then the appropriate action and enforcement will be taken. If they're weaving and there's suspicion of DUI, then we'll take a look at that as well. Just because you see it doesn't mean you can't call. Always call, and we will come out and take a look at it.
Aggressive driving has become a much greater problem, I think, in the city. I get complaints about it. So what can we as citizens do?
If you see somebody and they're out walking, you can always talk to your neighbors. If you have teenage kids that are learning how to drive, educate the kids, educate their friends if they're over at the house on speeding and aggressive driving and what it can lead to if you don't take the appropriate action when people start driving. If you see people speeding in the neighborhoods, call us. Just because you may not get a tag doesn't mean that we may not get them that day, but we can always get them the next time. All we need is the phone call to let us know that there's an issue going on, and we will come out there and address it.
And that number that a citizen would call, it would not be the 911 number.
No, it would be the non-emergency number, 540-373-3122.
Thank you very much. We appreciate all that you're doing. Thank you for being with us today. I'm excited about this initiative and the fact that you are seeing results. So thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Mayor.
So that wraps up Ask the Mayor for this time. Please keep your suggestions or your questions coming to Ask the Mayor. See you next time.